So today, talking about these dogs, I want to do a more of a show and tell in the sense of me critiquing my own videos. I don't know too many people that have done this, but this is what I want to start doing based on me being able to have a history of videos that are still for public for people to see, and even ones that I say taken down, I'm going to put back up again to really just talk more about what it is that I'm doing today compared to what it is that I was doing before and what it is that I was seeing before. So in this specific video that I'm going to play is I'm just going to go ahead and let it get going, just so you can watch it in the background, and I could just start pinpointing things that I see going on in the middle of this video. But in this video, this is 2 years ago, February 3rd, I believe, is when it was when I was doing this with this dog and thinking that everything was okay. Coming to realize 2 years later, it wasn't okay. And in reality today, the way that I'm able to see things, I see things much differently today in what's going on in this video. I don't know why, but this video just recommended to me yesterday, and it really got me thinking. Like, wow, what the heck is going on right now? What is happening here? My name is Mark Anthony Dubose Jr. I was born July 4th, 1986. I'm gonna say thank you for tuning in to watch a video of me talk about me. And the main thing that I was talking about in this video is the concept of maintaining that loose leash, making sure that the dog knows that when the pressure of the leash is on, to stop doing what you're doing. When the pressure of the leash is away, you're doing what I'm wanting you to do. And in this video in specific is a very one-off one that I in reality made, because I never had this dog, my German Shepherd, here next to my Border Collie, because it would just be, it's an instant brawl. And you're going to watch that play out in this entire video. So this is something that, most people watching me today, you haven't been watching all of this what's been going on. So it's not like I don't have a understanding based on just watching other people, but I have an understanding based on working with my own stuff, seeing my own work and critiquing my own work to see where am I, what's really going on. And I made this video in reality. So this is February 3rd of 2023 or 24. And I just 2 weeks from now, I'm about to run the Austin Marathon. So at this moment in this video, at this time with this dog standing here, I've already been out, because at that time I was consistent, 12 miles, 6-mile walks, 6-mile runs every day. So this dog just an hour, half hour before, just went on a 6-mile run, and I'm running at approximately a 6:30 to 6:45 mile pace. So we're not like trotting along, and I'm power walking. So we just went on a mission. And in reality, the only way that I can have this dog out on the property is after I did that. And then I realized, the dog is good because he got all that exercise out. And then this is the stuff that I've realized, especially when I started to bring this dog into my reality of my everyday world, him being in the house, just laying down right next to me right now. That getting all that excess energy didn't do anything for what was wrong with him. And in this video, what really is telling is the progression of what happens. Right now, let's say the more start of the video, he looks much better. He looks much more relaxed. But you'll notice as the video progresses that he gets worse and worse and worse to the point of what he's trying to attack. Let me get my pointing right here. There we go. He's trying to attack that Border Collie. And that Border Collie is laying there in the sense of just, you better stay the heck away from me before I do something to you. So this entire time, he's nervous, extra nervous over that dog that's sitting there. He's not relaxed. He's not calm. He's not anything in reality of what I was talking about at this time. Get your dog to be calm. When I was making this video, I'm talking about literally the dog is pretty calm. The dog is calm. Look at the dog, and looking at this dog right here in this video. And when I look at it today, this is not a calm dog. This is a dog that is on edge. This is a dog that at any moment's notice is going to be ready to lash out and express that, say, control that he has to start barking and lunging and going. Because in this video, he does start barking. He does start lunging. He's growling multiple times. Because even here, when I do in reality what I would say I want to do today, I put that intentional control of grabbing that leash and putting him next to me. But then when he was next to me, I released it. Once I released it, what do you think the dog did again? He went right back instantly into, I need to still keep further engaging in paying attention to that dog. This dog he's terrified. This is the part where it's interesting, especially with me really understanding more of these dogs today, is people are looking at dogs and seeing a scared dog and thinking, that dog is scared of, say, the handler that's holding that dog. Not even realizing that the dog is more likely terrified of what's in the environment and not the owner. And why aren't we talking about that? And I want to start to talk about that. This dog, someone could say, that dog is scared of you. That's why he's looking the way he is. And he's not. He's not terrified of me at all in any way. He's terrified of what's going on around him. And me grabbing that leash is someone's going to say, look, that dog is even more scared. Now he's scared of you because of what's going on. And that's not the case at all of what's happening here. What's happening here is the environment is putting so much pressure on this dog that he doesn't know how to handle himself. He's so terrified that in reality, a lot of times he disengages because he just can't deal. And even in this video, I'm speaking of why I can have him off leash and off in places, and he's good because he always runs away, he always escapes. And I have one good comment on this video that, not saying that I'm lying, but in reality, when I read it today and listen to my response that I put, I'm lying to myself that everything is okay and just ignoring all of the issues that are going on. Because they were saying, oh, because I never, at this moment here in this specific video, I didn't have the leash on this dog for a long years, 2-3 years at this moment, at that time, at this video, making this video. And when I put the leash on the dog, he gets a little more like, I don't know what's going on. And in reality, that, because they were like, well, why wouldn't you work on it in the beginning? And in my brain at that time was like, well, he's fine off leash, so whatever. I could just trust that everything is fine. And that is what in reality led me to be in danger. I could trust that it looks fine because he's off leash running around. But when I put the leash on him and he's acting a fool, then what? Where are we? And yes, to that person that I responded not right to, if you possibly never listened to a single thing that I had to say, is you are 100% right. I should have been working on getting this dog to be good, comfortable, and just sound on leash in all locations before I even considered taking this leash off this dog. With him being scared and nervous, thankfully, nothing has happened. Thankfully, he never ran up on a dog and hurt anybody, bit anybody in public. But in reality, it was just a gamble. It was he may do it, he may not do it. And I was just hoping that it didn't happen. And it seemed like things were good because this is the stage when I started taking that e-collar off the dog. I'm like, okay, well, I don't need it. I can call him back when I want him to. But in reality, he wasn't coming back to me. This is the thing that I just see the biggest difference with this specific dog right here. He wasn't coming back to me because I was asking him. He was coming back to me because it was in his own best interest, because he was scared, because he was terrified to come to me. It wasn't because he was doing it in a sense of me saying, I just don't want you to meet another dog. I don't want you to meet another person. It was an illusion that it was fine because he was just doing what he wanted. So when he's always doing what he wanted, he would just continue to keep on getting more in control and more demanding and more pushy over me. This entire time, watch this dog. He just cannot get his eyes off this dog. And this is the stuff that I've been working on today with the few videos I have done with the show and tell of grabbing the leash, holding the leash tight. And every time that he's looking at something, I'm telling him, you're not looking at that. Give him a little pull away so you're not looking at that. And now I've even learned more how to be able to do that. I'll probably have another video that I do of that again to show the upgraded steps to be able to really effectively get them to really just dial in exactly what it is that I want. That when he's sitting here staring, I'm sitting here trusting that this loose leash in this moment with all that's going on right here is working. He's loose on the leash. He's walking towards what he doesn't need to be walking towards. And I can say, thankfully, that my border collie here is thankfully, he doesn't move. Thankfully, he doesn't even get up. Thankfully, he doesn't do anything. Because even there, every time that this dog jumps on me in this video, he's not doing it in this like, oh, I like you, I love you, I want hugs, I want kisses. No, he's doing it in a sense of protest. Buddy, you better stop doing that. And thankfully, say in this specific video that if I would have even played it on another 30, 45 minutes, it probably would have got hostile, that he probably would have tried to redirect on me and try to bite me, try to do something more than just this little cute looking little jump. The cute jump isn't cute. It's serious. It's something that we should be paying very close attention to. So I'm hoping that he's just calm because the leash is calm, say that everything is okay. But more and more and more, he just keeps getting more and more amped up. The more that he keeps going to the end of the leash and I keep pulling him back. He goes to the end of the leash, I pull him back. I keep doing that over and over and over. It's just like don't even put this video on and watch it full stream and put it at like 2, 3x and just look at the dog and just stare at the dog. He keeps going. I keep pulling. He keeps going. We're just doing this back and forth. And by the end of it, I would say, well, oh, I would want the dog to be better. But here's the thing. I've been doing what I've been doing with that dog from this time for about 3 years and then another year plus after that. So I was doing that method for 4 straight years and it still looked like this in the end. We're saying this is my end result. This is how it is. Granted, you got me. I could put my e-collar on the dog and he won't do any of this at all. Like I might even make a video of that here recent of just putting the e-collar on the dog so you can see what he looks like. I mean, to me, when I see it, it's kind of sickening in a way because it's just how I don't want to use this word because it's not the proper word to use, but how shut down the dog is from even trying, knowing that collar is about to give him something that he cannot escape from. The leash, there's only so much pressure that we as humans can pull on that leash, but that e-collar, it's in reality, if you're say using it the right way of I'll say it the right way. The right way of using lower numbers on your stems to get the dog to right. But then if you bump it up a little bit, then the dog never has no idea what the ceiling is. So if you're using it on the low number of 4, 5, 6 and say, look, my dog works, and then you bump it up to a 20 and your dog stops, your dog doesn't know how high it can go. You know, but the dog doesn't know. So the dog is just like, oh, I don't ever want to experience that again. So I'm going to submit. But take that collar off. Is that dog still going to be able to perform and still be able to continue to do the same stuff? In most cases, no. That's why most people, as soon as you start an e-collar, as soon as you start a prong collar, you have to keep on using it over and over and over and over again. And then the same thing I can say in this. The system that I was doing in this video of, say, pressure and release, and say I even have a slip leash on a dog, which I realized today I don't need that. I can just use a flat collar on the dog to get the same exact results. Is I had to keep doing it over and over and over. It never disappeared. It never got to the point that I'm finally just good to go now. I'm finally just confident that I could take him around, say that dog in specific, and everything is all right. Because that's when I thought things were fine. It seemed like everything was all right. And then I just let them be free and see what happened. It was a very eye-opening experience of everything that I was doing for years and years was for absolutely nothing. They brought me nowhere. It brought me an image that people like this image of this dog sitting right here. It looks good. But when you're watching that dog look at my other dog behind me, looking at constantly staring at him, constantly putting all this eyeball pressure on him, he's not better in any way. He's better that he's sitting in a position and the leash looks good right now, but his mindset is not better about what's going on. His physical body is contained and it looks all right and everything seems safe. But his mind is the thing that I mainly need to work on. Because right now, you'll never watch him do the things that he's doing in this video, period. Never. Every time that he's looking at me in this video, it's not him looking at me in a sense of me being the leader and me being a good leader to him. It's him doing it in a sense of him putting a demand on me of, you better let me do what I want to do right now. And as this video just keeps playing on and playing on and playing on, I just keep watching this dog keep getting pushier and pushier and pushier. So I'll just fast forward here for a little bit. But you'll watch this dog just continue to keep doing the same things over and over and over again. He's there. He's on that leash, but he's not getting better in his brain. His mind isn't seeing this scenario any better. The scenario is still the exact same thing. All that's going on here is I don't know why there's edits in this video. I think my camera died or something happened. This is my older camera system, and I kind of started having issues with it, which I just had an issue with this one. The battery just failed on it. But I was hoping to keep this thing for 10 years, but I still will because I figured out how to be able to stuff that doesn't have interchangeable batteries. You got to solder and take apart and do stuff. And I just did that to this camera to get it working again because it just failed on me. Unfortunately, I was having to buy a new one, but I'm not doing that. But there's edits in this one, so I don't know. I don't remember 100% what was going on. But the every single time that this dog is in this, say in this video, he's never calm. He's never looking at me for guidance. He's not a single time trusting that I'm going to be able to help him and take care of him. Because even in that moment right there, I'm pulling on that leash. He's growling. He's growling. He's making noises. He's doing something. He is stuck in this dog and he cannot get out of it. And this is how he looked everywhere I took the dog. But he never would go forward. He would never bite them. He would never do any of that. But he did occasionally bark at another dog, at another person. He did occasionally do that. And it wasn't this like, no, it was like this intense, I'm about to go savage mode. And it would happen here and there. So it seemed like because I can pull him away from it, that everything was fine. His body may have been out of it, but his mind is still so focused that in reality, nothing I was doing was actually helping the dog. And that's the thing that I really want more people to really start to understand. Do you really want to help the dog? Because to help the dog, we really need to get into the dog's brain of what's going on. We need to be able to explain to the dog that I have this scenario. That's why these dogs at this point today, I don't care. I leave them on the patio by themselves. I don't care where I'm going, what's going on. And even at this point today, there's no more even grumbling between them two. They're living together. Everything is just pretty much just at a almost, nothing's perfect, but even if they do look at each other, they're just like, and they just walk away, or they'll look at it and stand and stare at each other, and it just fades to nothingness. Whereas in the making of this video, like that would have been something that I mean, in reality, thankfully, I can fix my dogs and things. I'm pretty good at being a good medical professional with my own dogs. But yeah, the first time that they did get together, when I'm like, hey, everything is fine here, not really my own self watching this video to see the intensity that this shepherd has. And even my border collie there has. Border collie is still, but he's still for a reason. And that's the classic what border collies are. They're still and they stare. he's staring. He's sitting there. I don't care that he's got his head laid down almost in this entire video. He's staring like, buddy, do something. He's about to do something savage. If that dog gets like within not even 2 or 3 feet from him, he's going to do something savage. And in reality, I don't have any control over that. I have enough now because I have distance in there, but I don't have anything going on. And I'm sitting here before watching this like, yeah, this dog's doing better. This dog's getting this dog is starting to become a really, say, trustworthy dog. But in reality, everything going on in this video is proven to me today on how I should not, there's no trust, there's no respect at all in this dog from both of us back and forth. I understand you want to trust the dog, but the dog doesn't trust you. There's none between both of us in the making of this video coming on 2 years ago. There's nothing going on in this video where this dog is wanting to listen to a single thing that I have to say. That's why at the end of the day, I have to keep pulling, have to keep doing that and never getting out of it. It's just a constant battle that's constantly going on over and over and over. It's not going down. It's not getting away, because you can watch even this moment right here. He's getting more and more and more and more, and I'm pulling more frequently. Is it making the dog stop? No, it's actually creating him to keep wanting to go more. And this is the difference of what I'm doing today at this moment. What I'm doing at this moment now is I'm getting into the dog's brain of all of that is going away. So at the start of any video that you watch of mine, if he is all excitable and kind of like going wild, you'll watch throughout the entire video that all of that is going down to being straight calm, real calm that he can look around and see and be, and nothing's going on. But in this video, which is the video that, I mean, at this time when I was making these videos, my views were like 100 times what they are now. My comments were, I think this video here has got like 50 or so comments, and it's got like 2,000 views, and all my videos at that time, and people are praising, yeah, that's right. That's the way to go. But this is the mainstream way to dog train. The dog is looking at something, you pull them. Dog's looking at something, you pull them. Dog's looking at something, you correct them. Dog's looking at something, you give them a stem on the collar, and you keep doing that. And I've realized, my personal experience, I had to keep doing it. It never disappeared because I never changed the state of the mind of the dog. The dog never got to the point of realizing that I have your back, for one, that you don't need to even worry about engaging in the world, and being able to get the dog to understand that there's actually no danger here. There's nothing to worry about. Everything that I was doing was in reality making the dog keep wanting to keep getting more scared, wanting to get more nervous, wanting to need more. That's why it's pretty much always that transition. You start with, say, a flat collar. I need the slip leash. I need the prong collar. I need the eat collar. I need the muzzle. I need the this. You keep needing more. So in the making of this video, I was like, oh, I'm getting better. I'm going away. I used to need the e-collar, but now I don't need the e-collar. But then when I really watched this, I would not be able to have this dog off leash. I'm relying on that slip leash to do what I needed to do. The amount of times that I'm constantly pulling that leash back on this video, hundreds of times in this one, I think it's like a 40-minute video, hundreds of times I'm pulling this leash on this dog, hundreds of times. And through that hundreds of times, nothing got better. Not a single thing got better with that dog having a better state of mind of what's going on here. And in reality, things got worse because I'm applying, what I want to say is, when I see this personally at this moment today, is I'm applying so much pressure on this dog that now he's starting to look at me like, dude, what? I don't even care about you. You're just, I don't want to use this word, but it is what it is. You're abusing me. You're messy. You're manhandling me. You're being malicious to me. So for sure, I don't want to listen to you because of how many times I'm sitting here just yanking on this dog to get out of it, yanking and yanking and yanking and yanking. And the dog's just like, gosh, dog, what's going on right now? And I'm not helping the dog get into a better place. And that's just what I noticed, a big difference of today. Because in this video, I'm straight up like 100% against what I'm talking about today. On saying I never want to see that leash tight on that dog because that makes the dog want to activate more. But yet I have the leash loose on this dog and the dog is wanting to activate more. That's the part where I have to just live and go, and we just have to experience. We have to do what we do to be able to just really get a good understanding. Because I thought things were fine. I thought things were getting better. But when I look at it, I don't see a dog that's getting better in this video at all. Right now, I see a dog that's going into straight full-blown avoidance. He's not going into me looking at me like I have his back. He's going into the point of, I need to figure out how to protect myself, and the best way I can is to figure out how to run away from now. Run away now. And in reality, that's what he would do when he had his collar off, e-collar on, off leash, going places, doing what he was doing. He was avoiding everything. He would never look to me as that sense of safety that I could help him and guide him and get him through things. He always looked at me as that thing that was in reality in his way. Right now, I'm in this dog's way with me having to keep this leash on him, and he can't get away. So he tried to get away there for a second, and now what do you think he's going to try? Okay, well, that wasn't working. It's still there. I'm still scared. I'm still all this going on inside of the dog. So let me go back to start to engage again. Let me go back to try to make that dog move instead of me being able to move. So now here he's going straight head first into him. And I'm just constantly yanking and yanking and yanking and yanking. It's just as much as it is, it's kind of, it's hard for me to see stuff like this nowadays in reality, because it's not needed on that amount of, say, leash pressure to get the dog to be able to get into a better. It's just not. It's not needed. And I'm just doing it over and over and over again. And everybody is just cheering it on, like, yeah, this looks good. This is going great. Everything is getting better. But in reality, it wasn't better. It wasn't good. It was. I was able to walk him around, and get him to go places and do stuff. But this was still going on everywhere I went. So in reality, is this really helping, or is this making everything worse? So here I'm even getting firmer and firmer with how much I'm pulling on. And this is the part where someone was like, okay, well, yeah, just put the prong collar on, then you can use less pressure and pull them away and it'll be more effective. But the thing is, will it disappear? If I'm training a dog, I want all of everything to disappear. And this is the part that I'm working on to be able to move forward. When someone says, oh, my dog is off leash, so he got a knee collar on the dog. It's not off leash. My dog is off leash and it can only be within like 2 feet from me. That's not an off leash dog. I want that dog to be able to go to the point that I can't see or hear it, and it still want to be able to come back to me. That's a whole different level of what what I am trying to be able to achieve with working with these dogs. I don't want to have to be all on top of them for them to know to be able to stay with me. I don't want to have to say a word every 10 seconds, or even most people every 2 or 3 seconds, to make sure that the dog is always with me. I want to be able to just go. Open up the door, let's go. I'm not speaking, I'm not saying, I'm moving, I'm doing, and that's it. And they're just following along with that. And I wasn't able to achieve that with anything, especially, oh my goodness, letting these 2 dogs off. And in the morning, when I'm feeding my chicks, or I feed my chicks in the afternoon, really. When I'm feeding them and the chickens are running, the turkeys are running, the pigs are making noise, and everything is going on, it was just a fight and a fight and a fight every day, because all this extra excitement would draw these 2 dogs to have even more extra excitement. And it just would drive it absolutely insane. Whereas today, none of that goes on, because I'm actually in the mind of the dog at this time, not just physically holding. All I'm doing in this video is physically holding this dog. I'm not in the mind of the dog at all. I'm not getting the dog to listen to who I am at all in this video. I'm hoping that the leash is enough to be able to convince the dog that to just listen to me. But in reality, he's not. He's only physically contained. His mindset is in la la land in reality. It's just off doing what he's doing. He's not caring to listen to a single thing that I have to say. Whereas I noticed today is I'm not caring too much about physically containing him. I want his mindset to be that's the best way of saying it, contained to me. His mind is focused on me. His mind perceives me the right way. His mind sees me as I need to be, as that leader of saying, hey, you know what? There's a dog right there. Because even here, especially at this moment here in this video, my border collie, he's looking at him now like, he's sitting up, standing up, looking at him on, buddy, try something. And that's terrifying my shepherd. But it's not terrifying him enough to say, hey, ask me for assistance. It's terrifying him to say, I have to go do something about it. That's the biggest thing that I want most people to understand. I've just been doing a lot of work with this specific dog, my German Shepherd here. And will his nervous and scaredness disappear? It may not. But now at least I'm able to get into the middle of his brain of coming to me and asking me, what do we need to do about this? As opposed to him going off and just doing what it is that he's doing and thinking that he needs to take the lead in this. That's where the dogs are going to get set up for failure. That's where it seems like everything was fine, but that something happened. Now it's like, oh my goodness, what's going on? I never want to go into that situation. I want to go into a scenario knowing that if my dog is uncomfortable in a situation, it is going to guarantee look at me. Guarantee. It's not going to ever even think in its brain, I need to go run away. No, come run to me. Come find me. Come be with me. And then I'm going to be able to know where we're going to go next, what we're going to do next. Maybe I do need you to bark at this specific dog in this specific situation. That may have to happen. If I'm out in public and my dog is with me and I got I'm trying to stop saying I got, that's so ignorant. But I have another dog running at me. I want my dog to come to me and say, okay, well, yeah, let's eyeball this one a little bit. We're not just going to walk away from this one just so that we can make sure that everything is going to be okay here. Because if a dog is running and barking at me, I'd rather have my dog barking back at it, and it's going to make that other dog kind of stop like, whoa, oh, okay, I'm sorry. But I don't want my dog to just instantly go after it, because that's going to be a very hostile situation. It's going to end up bad. I need my dog to know when and when not to do things, and do that in reality in an automatic sense. That's what I noticed with this dog here at this moment. Automatically, when he's nervous or something, his instant brain thinking is, let me go find my man. What's my man want to do about this? What are we going to do? Where are we going? What are we going to make happen? And that, at the end of the day, for me, makes it a very safe dog. Even though he's nervous, a very safe dog, knowing that if a kid is running up to him and trying to slap him around in his face, he's going to look at that kid and say, yeah, I'm going to go over there. I'm going to go over there. I'm going to stand next to him. I'm going to see what's going to happen to me. I'm going to say, hey, buddy, get your hands off my dog. If your dog is getting too close, he's going to come to me and ask me for some assistance. And I'm going to say, hey, buddy, you get the heck away. Like, I don't want you next to him right now. And if he wants to come next to you, he'll walk forward to you to get next to you. But most cases, he doesn't. He's just like, I see another dog. He just sees dog. He's just like, oh, whatever. What's going on? But in this entire video, I'm talking about how, in reality, great this dog is, and how much better he's getting, and how good he is, and how awesome that things are. But in reality, it really wasn't that way. It wasn't a way that it can look good when, say, when I have the scenario set up and everything is perfectly set up. Like my Border Collie in this video, he's there. I told him to stay there. And when there's a weird situation going on, that Collie listens much, because when I work him around the cows, I don't always want him moving on the cows and stuff, because it adds an extra level of fear into the animals that don't need to be there. So he's already had years of pride of knowing when I'm in a sticky situation to just lay there and hang out and watch and wait until something goes on. Because if this shepherd here like bites me in this video or tries to do anything more than jump on me in this video, you would watch that Border Collie. He would activate and get into action of saying, get off my man, like get the heck away from him. That's just my farm dog. That's the different stuff. I don't take him in public. I don't do anything with him. And I don't have any expectations that he needs to be cool with other dogs, which he's cool with pretty much every dog except this one, because he came at me with a high level of challenge of, I'm going to hurt you if you try to tell me what to do. In this video, it doesn't look so extreme, but at the end of the day, this dog bit the heck out of me. He bit the heck out of me because he was protesting, saying, I'm not going to listen to you. So the entire time in this video, my Border Collie is right. He's giving me the right information. What's up, man? You got a booger on you. He's giving me the right information of, hey, man, be careful. Something's going on here. Something suspicious is happening here. You're in a little bit of danger here, because this dog was just pushing and pushing and pushing and pushing so much that he didn't listen to a single thing that I had to say. And that's the biggest difference that I've realized with what I've been able to do now. I get the dog to be able to really want to follow me. And it's straight up, the dog in the beginning, this is the difference of dogs and difference of situations and differences of just us and differences of it all. Some dogs, it's going to take more time. Some dogs I can put a leash on, like my Border Collie. I've done the same stuff that I've been doing with this German Shepherd with my Border Collie. And literally in 2 days, this dog was already like 2 days. I'm talking like 10, 15 minutes of working with him with my leash, of me being able to hold a tighter leash and telling him this is what I want. 2 days of 10, 15 minute sessions. He's already, oh, I understand what you want. I know what you're looking for. But my Shepherd, this has been months. Each dog is just a little different with the level of, say, challenge that they're pushing out there. Each dog is more just I guess it's the word to use, dominant in their brain of what they want, what they're trying to do. And some of that can stem from it's being in the sense of, because me personally, when I see my German Shepherd, it's not because he's a strong, tough dog. It's that he's so scared that that's overriding anything that else is going on with him. So in his brain, he didn't want to listen to me, because that thing that he's scared of in the environment is much more terrifying than worrying about anything about me. And that's where we get into a lot of issues, because this is where some dogs, you can put the e-collar and the prong collar on and you tap it once and the dog is done for life. That dog is just, okay, it's like not, this is the part where I'll say is the environment is not as extreme in that dog for how terrified it is. This dog, my German Shepherd, he's just terrified of the environment. So everywhere is more scary than me putting my e-collar on 100 and giving him a stem. When you're in a situation like that, you can't just keep going down the route of, I need more pressure. That's why we go from slip leash to prong collar to e-collar. You just keep needing more. And a lot of dogs today have all of them on. They have a dominant dog collar up high stuck. They have a prong collar on, and then they have an e-collar a little bit below that. And then they have a harness on for, I don't know what you need that for, other than I just put harness on my dogs for fashion. It's a fashionable thing. It's not a useful thing in reality. Unless I want them to pull them or going for a run, then yeah, I'll have them pull through that as opposed to pulling through the collar. But even that takes a lot of practice and a lot of time and a lot of training. That's the actual training thing to do with the dogs, to get them to know how to pull. I say that and people are like, my dog pulls all the time. No, it's pulling for its own self. But you need more and more and more, because in reality, what it's say trigger is and what it's terrified of is greater than anything that you can bring it. That's why being more proactive, getting the dog with me, getting the dog to relax, getting the dog through every little thing that it's seeing that is triggering it, everything that is just getting it in its emotions, getting in its feelings, getting in its thinking process of I'm scared, I'm danger. I'm interrupting all of that instantly. I'm not giving it even a half a second. I'm trying to get faster and faster and faster, but instantly I see that he whips his head this, because one thing that all my dogs do when I've been using my leash recently is I've seen this. They all have this, like, they're fine looking ahead, but if something comes behind them, they're like, they turn around. I'm in the middle of all of that. Nothing is coming up behind us that you need to worry about right now, especially if you can hear it coming from a distance and it's a dog, it's a person. I don't care. But they get terrified. They terrified, and then they move. And I'm getting in the middle of all of that, being proactive in every single manner of everything that's going on. And through that, it takes the load, that stress load off and away from the dog. Dog starts to just like, okay, well, there's nothing to worry about, because it's not able to even get that process going. It's like, I'm scared of that. And then it's whipping its head looking, and I'm like, oh, don't look at that. And he instantly is like, okay, he saw that. I know that they saw that. And then through time, they realize, this is why it's great to start this in the house, because through time, they're going to realize, I was looking at that, I was scared, something weird was going on over there. And then you make them turn back and look around, you turn a little bit to make them look away. And then he realizes nothing came from that. And it allows the dog to be able to just process the information that's going on. I'm not walking away, because this is what I would do with this dog. I would walk away from the scenario. And in reality, that makes most dogs worse, by walking away, because it makes that fear be even greater and greater and greater. It adds more to them. But what we're looking for is sorry, the end of that is funny, because my border collie, the way he looks right there, it's a very funny scenario. It's just interesting to see all this, because it's just very interesting to see all this, because it's nothing like this at all anymore. And it's crazy that I thought that everything looked good when I was making these videos. And it's crazier, especially in the time frame of all these videos, how everyone was like, yeah, that's good dog training. And I'm looking at this today like, what the heck is going on? This is just all over the place. Everything, there's just no structure. There's no real communication going. There's just nothing happening in this video that's saying the dog is getting better. But when I'm proactive, I'm reactive in this entire video. Reactive. He's staring, and I'm waiting for him to do something about that stare, as opposed to me saying, hey, buddy, there's nothing to worry about. I want to be proactive. So here I even moving, and he doesn't care. He's not paying attention to a single thing that I'm doing right now. Even I pull him, and he's still staring. This is the thing of being reactive. And this is what I see in most dog training. This is dog training right here, what I'm doing. This is the classic, what in reality, majority of folks are doing. I just use the slip leash. Most people in this scenario would be using the prong collar. And you would think that everything is fine because you snapped the dog and the dog came back, but it's not. The dog's mind, it didn't change. When I'm holding the dog and not allowing him to shift focus, stare, and do all that and anything, the dog starts to just let it all go. It starts to relax. It starts to relax and relax and relax and relax. And then they relax and relax and relax to the point that they're finally like, okay, well, you got it all, because you clearly know what's good and what's not good here. That's what I want to get into the dog's brain. Thank you. In the making of this video, or not this video I'm making now, but of that video there that I have, this dog, I never even thought in my dreams that I could have this dog right here just hanging out in the house with me. I never even thought it was possible. And it's crazy that me saying that right now, and then in the making of this video saying that I know what I'm doing, that I'm really good at what I do. And I never even dreamed at that time to be able to have this dog just here, being able to hang out, me being able to go on the patio right now, just relax, dude. I never even thought that was even an option with the intensity of how I saw with these dogs and how my shepherd was with me and how the whole thing was. I never thought that was even an option. And I'm in it now, and I'm doing it now, and I'm doing it now in a way that goes, in reality, the complete opposite of everything in that video. And it's crazy that I go the opposite of everything in the video, and yet I have what it is that I even thought would never even happen. And I'm able to live the life that is just, the word here is peace, not happy, not sad, peace. Everything is peaceful. I'm not worried. I'm not nervous. I'm not anything. The dog is in the house, and I've got Ophi and Johnny. Everyone's in here. Oreo just doesn't live inside, and Shadow never lives inside because he's got work to do outside all the time. But I have these dogs that are just here, and they're probably laying on the couch, and Kahi probably just go back and go lay with them and hang out. I never thought that I'd be able to get to this point. But I'm at that point today by doing something that is complete 180 from everything in this video. A complete 180. Everything I'm doing in this video is wrong. Everything is completely wrong to be able to get the dog into a better place. It may work for some. This is the parts, it's always the some, the few. But I want it to work for the most, if not all. And that's what I've been working on with my, say, journey coming along with what it is that I'm doing. I want it to work for the most, not just for 10 or 20 or 30 or even 50%. I need it to work for most all. And in most of these dogs that I would continuously keep on encountering are the dogs like this shepherd here, that they're just more scared of the environment than anything that you could do to them. That's why the prong collar stops working, because they are more terrified of that car coming at them. That's why the e-collar stops working, because they are more scared of the wind and the whatever, the birds and whatever. We don't even know in reality. They're more scared of that than that piece of equipment that you put on the dog. So you just keep giving them more and more and more lashes. You keep pushing more and more and more pressure, and you realize that it's not going away. It's actually amping it up. What I'm doing today is it's going away. It's going away to the point that it's disappearing, that it's no longer there. That's the stuff that's just kind of most mind-blowing to me at this moment today of just really looking at this dog. It's going away. The extra excitable nervousness is disappearing. It's not getting to the point that it's just, all right. No, it's starting to get like disappear. When there's a loud noise, he's just like, oh, okay. When there's a dog barking at him, he's like, well, oh, okay. When there's something weird going on and who knows what, because his nose is powerful. This dog could smell the world like no other. When there's something weird going on, he's like, oh, it's okay. All that is fading away. And the coolest thing is he's no longer on this, how he looks. This is my main, I'm going to keep saying this because I want more people to really understand this. How he looks in the morning when I wake up is what I want at night. And when in the morning I wake up, straight up, I see a dog that primarily is sleeping. So I want him to be that calm all day long. The dog is that calm in this house right now. I do not go, at this time I was a runner. I'm no longer a runner. My foot started hurting a little bit and I kind of got a little demotivated, and it is what it is. I'll get back into it again. I've got probably 2 races I'm going to run this year. But at this time in this video, I was running every single day, 12-mile minimum. I was running 12 straight because he can only run 6 miles. But I would walk 6, run 6 every single day. This dog at this moment and making of that video was exercised to the most that I'm going to guarantee most people are incapable of being able to exercise a dog to that extreme. And not only just him going on those runs with me, he was running at the house and he could never just settle down. He in the van, he's up doing what he's doing. And when I get home, he's up doing what he's doing in his kennel on his back. Every time I would look at him, he's up doing what he's doing, barking and going crazy. He just never settled down. Whereas today, the dude is so chill at almost 100% stance. Almost every single time that my eyes are on this dog, I don't care if I've been gone how long, I don't care what's going on, I don't care what's around, he looks the same way. That's what I've been looking to be able to achieve. Doing this stuff in this video, it did not get me to nowhere near that level of achievement. It got me to the point that everything I had to constantly keep, I guess the best word to use is micromanaging every little thing with this dog. Micromanaging everything, because it just, nothing was that's the perfect word to use, but it's not the right word to use in the sense of me saying this, but everything is safe. In this video, this dog is not safe. And I'm taking this dog in public and letting him off leash. And this is not a safe dog. This is very irresponsible of me of doing that. Thankfully, nothing happened, but what if? And that's why, even in the making of that video, I never took him in a public setting where there's a lot of people. It's always in the backwoods and the back places, and no one was ever around. It was almost an impossible achievement of me to be able to take him into a very highly populated area. Today, I don't care where I go. I don't care where I am. I don't care who's around. I don't care what's going on. I don't care about anything anymore at all at this moment today. And someone would say, oh, I got there. No, I got there doing complete different stuff than I was doing in this video. And this video is a prime example of, in reality, I click on any one dog trainer video and they're going to show you to keep doing this. And it didn't get me anywhere. It just didn't get me anywhere. So I'm going to continue. I'm going to try to find more videos of this dog in specific in the videos to just look at him and see what's going on with this dog. Right now, he's in a view of what's going on. He's not scared of me. He's not nervous of me. He's scared of what's going on around him. And I want more people to start to watch videos in that sense. Don't worry, think about the dog is scared of the handler. Because a lot of times, like, oh, that guy's just a heavy-handed and he's using a prong collar and that dog is scared of him and that's why he's listening to him. No, I guarantee, more terrified of what's around him than the handler that's behind him. And once you really start to understand that, you'll start to see the dog differently. You'll start to realize that when the dog is whipping its head around, it's not because it's scared of you. It's scared of what is going on around. It's scared that you just took the control away from the dog to be able to say, get a potential threat out or run away from a potential threat. And it needs to figure out how to do that on its own. That's why it's protesting. Whereas I want the dog to know, no, I'll take care of that threat. Don't worry about that threat. And then that's what relaxes and calms the dogs down. This dog in this video is not calm, period. He's on edge. He's scared of everything that's going on around him. And this is an explosion waiting to happen. Just an explosion. If I would have dropped that leash on accident once when he was pulling towards my border collie, you would have seen something savage. I wouldn't have posted the video, but you would have seen something extreme happen. This is a dog that is far from calm, that is far from reliable, that is far from safe. And this is what I see a lot when I go places and I see stuff. This is what I see a lot when I'm watching dog training videos. I see this over and over and over again. And then what happens? That words that just happened to me. I got blindsided. I thought it was fine. Everything looked good. And then an explosion happened. It was waiting to happen. Everything in this video is proving that something is going to happen. And it did. It did. It did happen to me. This dog did come at me. When I'm sitting here watching this and I'm seeing how he's jumping on me and doing that little protest, he went past that jump and he put his mouth on me. It did happen. That blind side did happen to me when I thought everything was okay. And that's what I want to be able to educate more folks with, being more aware of what are we doing. Because it could look good 99% of the time, but that 1% that where something happens, that's when it's some life or death type situation. And not only just for the dog, but for us as humans as well.